All right, time now to talk some weather back in this area, our big story. And Cedric, it was brutally cold this morning.
Oh yeah, if you open the door this morning, thankfully you probably knew it was going to be cold out there, but boy, if it came to you as a shock, wow, it felt more like an Alaska morning to kick off the day out there. And that's why it was a storm alert weather day this morning. And the cold weather is still around, folks. And remember, we typically see an average high temperature right now this time of the year in the 50s. So we're not going to be anywhere near that this afternoon. So it gives you an idea of just how brutally cold these temperatures were this morning. All right, here's a look for yourself. Now, officially at the airport in Chattanooga so far, we've got a number of 11 degrees, but you can see Cleveland, 5 degrees this morning, 9 degrees this morning in Dalton. We got down to 3 degrees in Athens, and that is not a misprint, folks. Up in Altamont, up along the plateau, it dropped down to 9 below zero. Wow. Man, 7 degrees in Scottsville, just hard to imagine, right? 5 in Fort Payne and 9 degrees in Dalton. So right now we've got lots of sunshine in Chattanooga. The temperature up to a balmy 21 degrees. Wow. And look at the wind chill, only 21. So the wind has calmed down since this morning, which is great news. So while it's cold, it is not absolutely brutally cold out there, I guess you could describe it. 19 degrees in Cleveland, 24 degrees in Dalton, 23 in Calhoun. We've got 26 degrees in Murphy, 17 still in Athens and Dayton, all the way up to 18 in Altamont. That's 18 above zero. So a nice warming trend there, and 19 degrees currently in Scottsboro. So let's look at the wind chill, how it feels to you when you step out the door. It feels like it's still in the teens in many spots. So again, you're going to have to dress for that very cold wind chill as you go throughout your lunchtime and into the afternoon hours. Now, as we look at the wind chill map, the national map, there are a couple of things to point out to you on this. Notice Miami. Feels like it's 70 degrees, but you head up the road in Jacksonville, Florida, feels like it's 38 degrees right now. The second thing to point out, the Barney purple beginning to shift towards the east. So what does that mean? Well, as you look at the temperature change map over the past 24 hours, look at the huge warming trend across the middle of the country. So yesterday we had a big cooling trend. Today we've got a big warming trend, which means warmer air trying to shift our way as we go into the next 24 hours. But for today, it's going to remain on the very cold side. So for you and your pets, it's especially important to make sure you are prepared for the weather. I know it sounds very simple, but of course, make sure that you are dressed for this weather. It is very important. Of course, when you head out the door, you're thinking, okay, I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to go where I need to be. I'll have the heater in the car. I'm going to be outside for a moment of maybe 10 minutes, and then I'll be inside. So you're probably thinking, I'll grab a hoodie or maybe even some shorts and a hoodie or something like that. But just know if you get stuck outside for whatever reason it may be, whether the car stalls, whether you just have to, you go somewhere and the door's locked, you can't get in, that's what you need to dress for, because you may be outside for an extended period of time, and it only takes just a few moments in this type of weather to get things like frostbite or anything like that. So just be careful out there for us. Of course, cover as much of your skin as possible. That includes wearing the hats, the gloves, and the scarves. Don't worry about a fashion statement. Just stay warm, right? And of course, making sure your pets stay warm as well. One more thing else I do want to add, of course, if you're going to be out on the roadways, especially if you're north of Chattanooga, let's say you had quite a bit of snow and ice still left over on your car, make sure you clear that off of the top of your car. It's very important, because if you hit the roadways, let's say you're getting on the interstate, the sun's out, you get a little melting, all of that stuff on the top of your car goes flying in the air and goes back to the people behind you, and that could create some traffic accidents. So a lot of people don't think about that. Make sure you do that. So the rest of the day, we are going to have that sunshine. We'll be in the lower 30s for highs. Then we've got a frigid evening as we quickly drop from the 20s back into the teens. But enjoy maybe a brief period above freezing, but it's not going to last long. We're heading down back into the teens again as we go throughout tonight, so another frigid night heading our way. Tomorrow, we're going to be watching a fast-moving system moving our way. Could bring us right on the border there, another wintry mix across the area, ending as a few flurries or snow showers in the higher elevations on your Friday morning. So that's the system that we're watching. Of course, when we say wintry mix, we mean rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow potential. I'll talk more about what those mean in just a moment, but here are the areas that need to be on alert. Of course, if you're in the pink, that's always dangerous. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. It's cold. That's one way to kind of warm and talk about the forecast. And then Thursday, look at that warming trend. I want to see people out sunbathing, because look, it gets colder again for the weekend.
Okay, it certainly does. Thank you so much there, Cedric.